A possible change to what many people consider Austin's crown jewel.
The city is considering whether to install gates in the upstream dam of Barton Springs Pool. That would allow creek water to flow through the pool for the first time in decades.
KXAN Investigator Kevin Clark spoke with several swimmers who are concerned about how that might affect the water quality.
People ask me why I've lived in Austin for 25 years. I tell them we have the best pool in the country.
It's easy to idealize Barton Springs, especially if you're like these four and you've been swimming here for years.
It's a very healing place to me.
But the pool could see changes to its upstream dam. The city is weighing whether to install operable gates there, which would allow Barton Creek water to flow through the pool. That hasn't happened since before 1975.
We're just looking at both sides of the equation and trying to figure out what makes the most sense.
Watershed Protection acknowledges potential benefits for the pool's ecosystem. 2 endangered salamander species live here. It would restore a more natural flow of water for those animals. They also say improving water turnover could speed up maintenance after major flooding.
In a 2017 memo, the Watershed Protection Department advised against doing any dam modifications because they said there was insufficient evidence for improvement of salamander habitat, flow regime, or water quality.
Watershed Protection did not want to go ahead with this project, so why now?
That's correct. So at the time, it was determined that there were higher priority projects.
But the idea of the project gives these swimmers pause. How will introducing creek water affect the pool's water quality? According to a 2018 study, E. coli levels in the creek were higher than in the pool. While the city says that number still meets acceptable recreational levels, the swimmers still want more testing. Dan Updike is also an environmental engineer.
There's no bright line. There's no value by which we can say above this, everyone gets sick. Below this, nobody gets sick.
We all know that dogs defecate upstream in Barton Creek, and we also know that dogs are not allowed to swim in Barton Springs. And so by opening the gates, that's effectively saying that dogs are allowed to swim in Barton Springs Pool.
Kevin Clark, KXAN News.
The city was not able to say when the gates would open and close. Watershed protection leaders say this is just a discussion right now. They'll take public feedback throughout the next year. The bypass tunnel was originally meant to help control what pollutants might reach the pool during minor flooding. The city closed the pool in 2008 for emergency repairs. It closed again in 2012 for about 3 months. Crews fixed cracks and deterioration in the tunnel and dam downstream. The city took out the old connecting pipes from nearby Eliza Springs in 2014. That was also done to help the salamander habitat.